And stones have their own, especially after being cut and stuff, you still have your like your break-in period where you get past the loose sediment spots or whatever. There's always something imperfections because it's a natural stone, and you get through those and past them, and then you get into a decent, consistent part of the stone. I think the only one that I didn't have any issues like that with is the arc stones that I have. Oh no, the translucent I got, it had all these dips and potholes and stuff that I had to go through to get pretty much past them, so I'd have a continuous thing. There was actually quite a few of those. I was not too pleased with that, but you know, it's a stone. You make it work. It takes time, but it's all part of it. About learning your stone, conditioning your stones. And this feels like it's not doing anything. Like it's not engaging, but it's being suspended by that soap, that glycerin. But I'm not feeling any grabs here and there. I'm feeling a constant, consistent from the toe to the heel, changing directions. I'm not feeling any higher spot or lower spot in the bevel, but mainly because I dealt with that in the beginning stages. Because the thing with you have in the metal, if you have a higher spot, that's going to take more work to get it to the same level as the rest of it, and so you really got to pay attention to those points and focusing on them, because those will really hold you up when you get to the final parts, final end of the stage of your polishing and whatnot. So let me have a look. Let's see. Yeah, I can use more work. Alright, so when I looked at it, it looked like I had some convexing of the edge or around it a little bit. So I'm going to go back to the dish soap to kind of get rid of that. And this is where you really feel that feeling of like it's that concrete or cement, that powder cement feeling. It's like with this right here, with just the straight Dawn soap on the stone. And I feel like I'm getting some stray particles in there. I might have to resurface this thing. It is not making me happy. Feels like particles are coming off or breaking off on it. So I'm going to be back and do that real quick. Alright, so one thing too is when you got particles, stray particles, you want to get not only your blade all the way cleaned off and all that, because it can get stuck on the blade, but you really want to thoroughly scrub and clean the stone as well. That's much better. And sometimes with these older blades, you can get particles from the spine and all that kind of stuff that can break off too. So you just want to be mindful of those. Depends on how well they were taken care of. If the metal was damaged by heat, you'll have certain spots that want to flake off real easy. They do not have the tenacity that the steel around them has, and so they'll just break off and cause problems other places. So always be mindful of the sensation of it. When you're in the beginning stages of setting the bevel and stuff and you got the higher grits, so you can kind of feel it happening, but it's not as obvious when you start getting into the finer grits, the higher progression. But that's when it really matters, because that could set you back to what have to redo everything. So I know I said I didn't want to use it, but it's making too much noise for my liking to that stage, so I'm going to try a little bit of this slurry. See if I can bump it a little bit more.
Oh, I hate when she says that.
90. I don't know if I could do this one. Might be a little too curly. I have to get another one that's a little bit straighter. Yeah, that's plenty sharp. All right. So, Blade and Butcher restored. Gonna do a test shave and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.